Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa, and you may be able to tell by the shirt I'm wearing what this video is all about. This is one of my favorite readathons to ever take place, and that is Shark Weekathon. Hello everyone! I actually already filmed this video yesterday, and when I was going to edit it today, I realized the sound was atrocious because somehow the microphone didn't get turned on. Even though it said it was turned on, let me make sure. It says it's on, but somehow it wasn't connected. And it was so loud, the fan was so loud, and then you could hear this loud car drive by that I don't even remember hearing that myself. So I don't know what the heck my phone was picking up everything but me. She's like, no thank you. So here we are, we're refilming, yay. Like I said, guys, I love this readathon. I discovered it 4 years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago. I can't remember when it was that I discovered this readathon, but I love it and I try to participate every year because it's just so much fun. This is Shark Weekathon and it is hosted during Shark Week on the Discovery Channel, and it's hosted by Bobby from Paginator. So I will be going over my TBR for this, even though we are already day 2 into the readathon, day 2 into Shark Week, and I didn't even watch any Shark Week content yesterday, so I need to catch up. So hopefully I can get this video out ASAP in order for me to get to reading and get to watching, because that is the best part about this week. Of course, I had to wear my iconic Jaws shirt to represent all of the sharky goodness in this video. Today we're going to be talking about some books and we're going to be talking about some sharks, and I'm really excited. So Shark Weekathon runs from July 26th to August 1st of this year. It changes every month or every year depending on when Shark Week on the Discovery Channel is, and this week or this year it happens to be during those days. So I always like to read shark books. You don't have to read shark books, but I try to, every book I read, like for this, or not even just for this, but like during the week of Shark Week, I try to make it shark related, or ocean related. So I try to really immerse myself in the whole sharky goodness, watching a bunch of Shark Week on TV, reading a bunch of shark books, fiction, nonfiction, the whole gambit. Everything I'm talking about will be shark/ocean related. I'll put the graphic up here. Isn't this adorable? I love the little graphics at top. They're so cute. I've been calling this Shark Weekathon, haven't I? It's Sharkathon. Yeah, no, it's not Shark Weekathon. It's Sharkathon during Shark Week. Ignore me. Okay, so Sharkathon. So for our first shark, first prompt, we have an angel shark. These are fascinating creatures, and this prompt is to read a book with an interesting cover. So the book I'm choosing to read for this prompt is Sharks in the Time of Saviors by Kawaii Strong Washburn. And I'm just going to say this right now, there's probably a lot of names in these books, author names as well as character names, that I won't be able to pronounce properly because, spoiler alert, I do have a few books that are based in Hawaii, and I don't necessarily know how to pronounce those names. I will do my best to look it up when I'm reading the book, or like listening to an audiobook, it pronounces it for me so I can learn. So just heads up, apologies right off the bat. But this one, I find this cover absolutely fascinating. Like, it's simple. It's not like it's not even that intense of a cover or that crazy of a cover, but I just find it so fascinating. Just this shark that, is it dying? Is it breached? Like, is it breaching out of the water and landing, going back in the water? Like, there's so many questions that I have about this cover. And honestly, when I first saw this cover years ago, I don't remember when this book came out. Let me check. Okay, 2020. This book came out in 2020. I remember seeing it kind of floating around, and I was just like, that cover just draws me in. I don't know what it is about it, but just having this great white on the cover, and then you do have some like foiling, like sparkle. And then it made, like with the line here, it makes it look like that's maybe like the water line and it's going into the water. I don't know. I just find it super, super interesting. So this book is a historical fiction. It is 1995, which makes me a little sick to say that it's historical fiction. Oh, I was 7 when this book takes place, so I am historical fiction apparently. Oh, actually, that's really funny because the main character is also 7 years old in 95. Interesting. Okay, so 1995, off the coast of Kaluakona, Hawaii. Again, apologies if I'm butchering things. 7-year-old Noe Flores falls overboard into the Pacific Ocean. When a shiver of sharks appears in the water, everyone feels the worst. Noe is gingerly delivered to his mother in the jaws of a shark, making his story the stuff of legends. They hail his rescue as a sign of the favor of ancient Hawaiian gods, a belief reinforced by Noe's puzzling new abilities. But as time passes, this supposed divine favor drives the family apart. Noe, now working as a paramedic in gritty Oregon neighborhoods, attempts to fathom his expanding abilities. Farther north in Washington, his older brother Dean hurls into the world of elite college athletes, becoming obsessed with wealth and fame. And in California, his risk-addicted sister, Caillou, navigates unforgiving academic and wilderness landscapes to forge her independence from the family's legacy. When supernatural events revisit the Flores household in Hawaii, this time with tragic consequences, everyone must reckon with the bonds of family, the meaning of heritage, and the cost of survival. So, I don't know. I just find that super interesting. He literally gets saved by a shark. Like, that's not heard of. Obviously. And so, the family is like, oh, well, he must be blessed, or our family is blessed by the gods because this. And he has some kind of supernatural power, but like, what supernatural power? I'm so intrigued by this. I feel like this is just classified as fiction, but I feel like this is going to be kind of like lit fic, family drama, a little bit of, historical, a little bit of speculative in here. So I'm very excited to read this. And also, I live in Oregon, which is really funny because the main character is also in Oregon. So this is what I'm reading for the Angel Shark prompt. Next up, we have Tiger Shark. Eat a snack while reading your book. And you can double up with this one. So if I wanted to, I could use the book I just talked about for this prompt as well. But because I want to get as many Sharky books in as possible, I am going to read a separate book specifically for this prompt. And that book is Shark Prince. And this is by Mali Maunaki. I am probably not saying that anywhere close to correct. I'm really sorry. This one also has a pretty cool cover. This is a middle grade story about a boy who is cursed to turn into a shark. Okay, so our main character's name is Noah, and I think it's Noah, something like that. And he is the latest son in a long line of male ancestors with a horrible secret. He's half human, half shark. After his father, also cursed as a shark, kills someone while surfing and subsequently disappears, Noah is left isolated with only his mom and Tutu as company. He knows he'll suffer the same fate one day, so he can't go to school or make any friends. And yet there's something that happens where there's like this surfing competition where he could win a lot of money, and he's worried that when if he does kill somebody, that his family's going to be disgraced and they're going to have to leave Hawaii. And so he's very much like, I want to enter the surfing competition in order to get this money for my family so that they can survive when I'm gone. But the only way that he can enter the surfing competition is if he's a part of a school. And he's like, I don't want to be part of a school or friends or anything like that because I'm just going to turn into a shark anyways. So he kind of has to reckon with that. And it says that soon Noah realizes that one by one his surfing friends are disappearing. Is Noah killing his classmates without knowing it, or is something even more dangerous afoot? This is a 2026 release. I'm very, very excited to get my hands on this one. And I've had this on my radar since last year when I first heard about it, and I'm like, I'm 100% reading this for Shark Week because this came out a little bit earlier this year, I think in the spring. So I've literally had it on hold since then, like just waiting for Shark Week. I'm so excited. So this is what I will read while eating a snack. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna maybe get some gummy shark, and I might go to my local Dutch Bros and get like a shark attack drink or something. So yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna try and vlog. Fingers crossed that it happens, but I'm gonna do my best. But this is what I'm reading while eating a snack. Next up is Leopard Shark. This one is a book that features friendship, love, or cozy vibes. So I will say that this book is definitely, I don't think it's going to be cozy. I don't think it's going to be a cozy book, but it definitely features love. And that is Shark Heart, a love story. And I don't remember who this is by. I didn't make the graphic big enough. It looks like Emily something. But here's the picture with the name. So this one is another lit ficky type of like speculative book, which normally I don't gravitate towards, but I have found in the past that I really do enjoy them. So we'll see what happens this week if I get to it, what I think of these books. But this one is about a woman, I believe she's newly married, like they're newlyweds, and she finds out that her husband has this incurable disease where he is slowly turning into a great white shark. Like, what? And I remember this book came out a few years ago and it was a buzz. Everyone was talking about it. And I was just like, oh, I just don't know. Like, it doesn't really sound like something that I would read, that I'd be interested in. I'm not a romance reader, but this isn't really romance. So I've had it on my radar for so long. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just try it. I recently read a few like more lit fic type of stories. I really enjoyed them. So I was like, all right, we're going to give this one a go. Forcing happens, I DNF it. I mean, I'm getting it from the library, so it's not like I'm wasting any money or whatever, right? Yeah, this is basically following this woman's story as her husband is turning into a great white shark. And I don't know if, like, when he turns into a shark, if he'll still have his human emotions, memories, thought, or if he, like, literally is just, like, shark brain, and now he's, like, 100% shark and won't know her anymore. I don't really know where this is going. And I think this is really a metaphor for like terminal illness or something like that along those lines. You just married and then now you have this to deal with. And so this story is basically her like coming to terms with that and realizing that, you know what, she's going to pour every amount of love that she can to her husband while she still has him. And they're going to live life to the fullest while they can. And that's kind of, I'm pretty sure from my understanding, if I'm understanding it correctly, that's what that book is about. The next one is Great White Shark, a classic or a book that might be scary or intense. Now, yesterday, I wish my footage would have worked, because yesterday I was sitting here talking and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then it like popped into my head. I'm like, wait a minute, I have the perfect book for this. So before we get to that, I will say, like, a classic, really the only classic that I can think of that's like book, like shark book, is Jaws. I mean, Jaws. Right? I've already read Jaws and I don't really feel like rereading it. So anyways, I was like, crap, I don't know what I'm going to read. I'm not really like scared of shark books or ocean books. And then I was like, wait a minute. No, actually, yes, I am. And the book that I remember that I have is Whale Fall. And this is by Daniel Cross. And you guys, this one's going to be a freaky, freaky book. So will this scare me? I don't know. But I feel like it's going to be quite intense, because this is literally a story of a scuba diver who gets swallowed by a sperm whale and has about an hour left in his oxygen tank to figure out a way to escape and survive. I am so sad that I haven't read this yet, because this is an ARC that I won from Goodreads back in 23, so 3 years ago, and I remember being so excited that I got this book. I did read like the first maybe like 2 or 3 chapters, and then I just never picked it up again. No particular reason why, I just didn't. So I will definitely be trying to get to this. This is also going to be a movie. I recently saw previews for this. This movie is coming out later this year, and the preview is terrifying. But this one, we're following our character. It definitely has like flashbacks. So we have like 2013, and then we have 2022. But we're also following him. Don't look at things. I don't want to spoil. But if that'll focus. I don't know if that's focusing, but his like PSI level, which is the level of his, how much air he has left. So from what I can remember of both what I've read and what I've heard people talk about this book, we're not just following him like in the belly of this whale, which that's obviously a big part of it, but he's also during this time, it's like his life is flashing before his eyes, right? I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly, his dad was the one who taught him to scuba dive. His dad recently passed away. He didn't necessarily have the best relationship with his dad. And so this dive is kind of a honoring to his father kind of situation. And he gets swallowed by a whale. The back says The Martian meets 127 hours in this action-adventure thriller about a scuba diver who's been swallowed by an 80-foot, 60-ton sperm whale and has only 1 hour to escape before his oxygen runs out. I'm very, very excited to read this. And I think it's going to be really claustrophobic. I am not claustrophobic, but I will say that I definitely have a almost phobia, like fear of suffocation. So drowning is a form of suffocation. So that freaks me the freak out. Yeah, this is the one I'm going to choose for that. I'm excited though to finally get to Whale Fall. And this isn't like shark related, it's a whale, but I still count it because it's ocean related, right? So I'm going to count it. Then we have the Port Jackson Shark. This one is a book that blends 2 or more genres. I want to close my blinds because this is really going to bother me. Okay, I still have a weird line, but I think it's better than it was. So, book that blends 2 or more genres. For this, I'm going to read the book The Shark House, and I believe it's by Sarah Ackerman. I have my little cheat sheet here. So this one is another historical fiction. It's another book set in Hawaii. So it's like 3 books so far that I have that are set in Hawaii. And it is a mystery. So it's a historical mystery. I believe it also takes place in the 90s. What is happening? This one we're following a shark biologist. She's a woman shark biologist, but it's a very, very male-dominated field, and so she's already kind of at a disadvantage there. She's like one of the few women working in shark biology. She's off the coast of somewhere. And there's this like bunch of shark attacks have been happening. People have been getting killed or attacked by sharks. And so she's like, okay, this is interesting. Something's happening that's making these sharks more aggressive. So she goes out into the ocean to try and figure out what the heck is happening. And when she's in the ocean, she sees something that she probably wasn't meant to see. And it involves some of the richest people in the government, or in, I don't know about the government per se, but on the island, really, really wealthy individuals are involved in this. And her life gets in danger. And so not only is she trying to figure out what's going on with the shark issue, but now she's got like this mystery to solve, and what these rich bad people are doing. I'm sorry, I don't remember a whole lot about it. I just know it sounded really interesting. This is also a 2026 release, so I am also glad that I was able to get my hands on it. But yes, that's all we're reading, and it's historical fiction mystery, so it works for genre blend. Then we have Greenland Shark, and this is to listen to an audiobook or read a book outside of your comfort zone. So I will be actually tandem reading on this one. It will be an audiobook. I'm going to be tandem reading, but I'm still counting it because I am listening on audio. But that book is Crocs, and this is by Randy Wayne Wright. This is book 3 in the Sharks Inc. or Sharks Incorporated book series. The first one is Fins, the second one is Stingers, the third one is Crocs. I think the fourth one is Mega something, like a Megadon or something. I can't remember exactly what the fourth one is called, but I have been reading these every year. So I read Fins 2 years ago, I read Stingers last year, and so this year I'm going to be reading Crocs. So I'm just being like, just read one every year during, so next Sharkathon, hopefully I will get to the fourth and final book in this series, unless the author writes more, I don't know, but that's the plan. Anyway, this one, again, this is about crocodiles, but the series is Sharks Incorporated, so I think it works. Our first book, I'm not really going to tell you what Crocs is about, but the first one, this is middle grade. Not sure if I said that. Kind of all over the place today. We have 3 children, middle grade age children, a young boy who is sent to live with his aunt, who is a captain of a boat that works really closely with a shark biologist. He comes from like not the best home life. It was pretty neglectful, and I don't remember if it was abusive or not, but I know it was like not the best place. And it was like some farm in the middle of like Ohio or something. And so he moves down to Florida to be with his aunt, and he meets these 2 girls who are sisters, and they are refugees from Cuba. The 3 of them get together with the doctor and the captain, and they form Sharks Incorporated, and in the first book they are combating shark poaching and shark fin soup. So it has a lot to do with shark fin soup. It has a lot to do with poaching and what that does to the environment and why it's bad and all of this. So I really enjoyed it. And so this one is book 3 in the series. This one, I believe they're in Florida. So a lot of people actually don't know this, but we do actually have crocodiles in America. We have American crocodiles. They are not nearly as common as the American alligator, but we do have American crocodiles. So this one is going to be about crocs, I'm sure. So I'm really excited to get back into this world. And our very last prompt is the whale shark. The prompt is a book in your favorite genre. And I was so excited when I saw this book was coming out this year. We have another 2026 release. This is crazy, guys. I normally don't read new releases like ever. But that book is The One Who Knows. And this is by Lisa M. Matlin. Look at this cover. Isn't that just intriguing? I love it so much. So this is a disgraced TV news reporter returns to her violent hometown to investigate a series of deadly shark attacks in this nail-biting suspense novel from the author of The Stranger Upstairs. Something is lurking below the surface, and it's hungry. I am a little concerned though with this one. I do believe this one I think takes place in Australia. Yeah, this one takes place in Australia. I'm a little bit concerned because like, you know, sometimes these books can not paint sharks in the best light. I'm hoping it doesn't though, especially like nowadays when we have so much more information about sharks and stuff. I'm really hoping that this doesn't do that. But I'm going to have to read it and find out. So yeah, this reporter goes back home. She's a disgraced reporter, goes back home. She joins her brother's shark fishing company, and they go out night fishing, and then a dead body washes up on shore. And they're like, first people are like, well, you know what? You deserved it. You're a dumb tourist. You weren't swimming at night in shark-infested waters. What do you expect to happen? But then they realize that this body is a missing person that's been missing for a few weeks. So things are getting a little fishy. Haha, pun intended. It says, but with danger closing in, Minnow, our main character, must unearth her town's deadly past and face the darkness festering inside of her before she becomes the next to disappear. So I'm very excited for this. It's a thriller, which is one of my favorite genres, so it counts for this prompt. So as far as the Oh my goodness, official TBR for Sharkathon goes. We have, for a book with an interesting cover, Sharks in the Time of Saviors. For Eat a Snack with Reading a Book, we have The Shark Prince. For a book that features friendship, love, or cozy vibes, I have Shark Heart. For a classic or book that might be scary or intense, I have Whale Fall. For a book that blends two or more genres, I have The Shark House. For listen to an audiobook, I have Croc. And for a book in my favorite genre, I have The Only One Who Knew. So this is my official TBR for Shark Week or Sharkathon. Wish me luck, guys. I need to get a move on and start reading some of these books if I want to get these all finished by the end of the week. Is it going to happen? I don't know if it will, but I'm going to do my best. Also, Bobby is doing a giveaway, and if you have to log your reads by midnight Mountain Standard Time on August 2nd. Go check out Bobby's channel. She's great. I'll link her down below. Go watch the announcement video. Go support her and give her some props for doing this readathon every year. Let me know if you are participating, if you like Shark Week, if you've never heard of Shark Week before, if you are interested in Sharkathon or any of the Sharky books I've read, if you've read any of the Sharky books, let me know down in the comments below. If you have nothing else to say, just want to let me know you are here, leave a shark emoji because, of course, why not? I mean, we got to represent our sharks, right? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget, like it, subscribe if you want to see more by me. Happy Sharkathon, happy Shark Week, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!